Hello, this is Hannah with Hannah Crafted Gifts, and I changed out of my pajama top just for you. I might still be wearing pajamas on the bottom. I've started taking, if you've been watching my videos lately, to just letting it be and being in pajamas head to toe, as I often am in the evenings and on weekends, basically if I don't have to be at work. But anyway, I'm here tonight to share with you my alternates that I've done so far for January 2024's lovely lavender paper pumpkin kit from Stampin' Up. And so I have a few just like ever so slight, I wouldn't even call them alternatives, just kind of my way of doing the projects as instructed in the kit. But then I do have one completely altered project to share with you. So maybe I'll save that one for the end because that's the most special. But first of all, this very first card, all I did really, I think, to change this one up is instead of putting it on the, well, you're going to see one of the other projects. Instead of putting it on this card base, the kind of craft looking polka dot card base, I cut, you're going to see all three projects. I cut this card base in half because they went together like this. And I used this just kind of purple watercolor wash part for Through My Window here that's created by popping this tag out. Loved those bonus tags as part of this month's kit. Just because I really liked the monochromatic look. It's not that I didn't like the other, I just liked this even better. And I definitely wanted to divide up this card because I liked both sides so much, particularly this one, which I'll come back to. Other than that, it's pretty much as instructed, I think, in the kit. But again, that left me with the craft card base. At least I think it's craft or crumb cake. It wasn't actually listed in the coordinating colors for this kit. So if someone from Stampin' Up somehow happens to see this, let me know if I'm getting it wrong. But this is what then I added that tag onto, which the tag itself is pretty much as instructed. I think I just adjusted the sentiment over a little bit to have better balance on the card front. Because obviously I had more room to play with and I could let more of these beautiful lavender wildflowers show in the background. All I had to do was tie a bow through the hole in the tag so that it still looks complete, hopefully. And then, like I said, I divided a card base. So I ended up with my favorite here, this beautiful like meadow of flowers as its own card. And on this one, I think I just, again, kind of slightly adjusted the like alignment of the different pieces. I think it was more centered on the one in the kit instructions. And so I just slid everything in this square kind of over to one side and then slid the banner with the love cut out to the other side, just because I liked that balance a little more, which is strange for me because I'm usually a very symmetrical crafter, but I'm trying to stretch. So speaking of stretching, this is my alternative project and I have two versions to show you. I should show, oh, I don't think I still have it. The first, oh, I do. Okay, good. So I wanted to make, you know, this kit came with those bonus gift tags. So I wanted to make a little gift bag or baglope for that tag to go on. So a baglope is when you turn an envelope into a bag. But I wanted the beautiful inside of the envelope, which had that same purple wash background and polka dot background. I wanted that to show. So I thought maybe I can turn my envelope inside out. Well, this is what happens when you try to turn, or when I tried to turn an envelope inside out. Lots of tears, lots of wrinkles. I was like, maybe it'll look rustic because, you know, it's this kind of like raw background. No, it just is a hot mess. So anyway, I wanted to share that to share, like, it doesn't always work out. You know, when you see the final projects that I'm show and telling, it didn't always start there. But this is how it ended up. So here's how I got this crisp, clean little bagalope, which you can see just has half a tag because the full-size one kind of hung off and so it wouldn't, you know, sit well on a surface. But that allows me to make two. So I made one from each envelope and that's just one tag. We got extra of the banners and I cut the sprig in half as well. So all I used was one extra banner. And again, we had extra banners in this kit. We always have extra of anything we have to stamp, usually one extra. But in this case, I think we got a couple extras of every label in this kit. And obviously use some of the thread to tie it up. So the way I did that is I did have to deconstruct the envelope. So let me pull out, I didn't really prepare to do this, so forgive me. But if you're wondering how I did it, I'll describe it to you here. Let me just get an envelope to show you. Where are all my envelopes? Hang on. Thought I had everything still in my kit. Now my envelopes seem to have disappeared. That's very strange. Well, maybe I'm just going to have to verbally describe it to you then. I don't oh, there they are. Okay, whew, they were just hiding in the back. Okay, so what I did was, I'm not going to do it with this envelope, so I might actually use this one for an envelope, not a bag-lope, but I very carefully peeled this middle back section of the envelope away down the side. It's attached here to this little flap that you can see the top of, and then down this side. And I was just very careful, because it does tear the paper, but I was just careful that the tearing stayed on the width of that flap that you can again see the top of right here. So I was careful that the tears didn't come into the center here, if at all possible, because that then creates this area. But any tears that do happen right along the flap, whether it's on the flap side or on this like big centerpiece side, when you get it deconstructed out into like one sheet, you just literally like fold the opposite direction on all of the score lines. So like this bottom, you just flip that fold, you flip these side folds. Obviously you haven't already folded down your flap perhaps, but if you have, you just fold that back the opposite way. And so once you fold everything just opposite of the way it was like this, you get this, and those little flaps that were on the inside are now on the outside, and you can glue them back down. And so any tearing that's again on the flap side or on this white centerpiece side gets covered up by the flap again. And then you just fold your corners under. I scored at 1 inch. So I scored 1 inch up from the bottom of my envelope, and that's how I have the folds on either side here, either side of the bottom to make my base. And I did cut off the glue that you would lick to close your envelope. You could leave that there, but you kind of see it, and if it ever got wet, it would get sticky. And so I just cut off on my trimmer. I don't even remember the exact measurement, but you know, you can just put in your trimmer and see in the track where does the glue stop, and then that's what you cut off, just that little bit. It also means that it's not like hanging as far down here and kind of sticking out on the sides. So I thought that worked well. So now I have a little like treat bag or gift bag to give with my little gift tag there, just a little something for you. So I hope you like that alternate. If you like this video, please click that you like it and comment, and I'll try to reply. The most helpful thing you can do always is to share this with others who you think would be interested, so we can grow our creative community. So that's why I do this. I love crafting and sharing what I love with others who enjoy creativity and connecting through that. So thank you as always for watching, and happy crafting.